Yes, Hardik bhai.
Yeah, good afternoon and welcome everyone at ISRE Ahmedabad chapter. We warmly welcome Mr. Kiran Mistry sir for today's very informative session. Along with me, my colleagues, Mr. Harsha Sarda sir, who is the Secretary of ISRE Ahmedabad chapter, Youth Chair, Mr. Venkatesh Tade and Rajendra Mewada sir. Myself, Hardik Sharma, I am a membership committee member for the society here. Today we are going to have very informative session. It is on basics of cold storage. Ideally, in today's scenario, it is inevitable to imagine our lives from farm to factories. The things which we consume comes to either way from cold storage. So with us today we have Mr. Kiran Mistry sir, who is currently working as an area manager for a cold storage division at Blue Star Limited. He has a very vast experience in this field and he's been associated with Blue Star Limited since last 8 years. He has done his engineering from HPC Visnagar in 2004. I would like to welcome Mr. Kiran sir and over to you sir. Please enlighten us for this very important topic on refrigeration. Yeah, please unmute sir. Kiran sir, please unmute.
Yeah, thank you, Hardik, and good afternoon, all of you. So, I hope you all are safe and doing well in this pandemic situation. So, I hope can we start now?
Yes sir, please. You can share your slide if you are.
Yeah, today I will let you know about the basics of cold storage. Currently, in this scenario, after this 2 months of lockdown, I guess everybody has come across the importance of the storage, and this particular presentation will give you a basic idea about the how cold storages are getting designed, what are the important parameters which we should consider, and in fact, I will try to let you know the one more step ahead in your knowledge, which is not up to the expert level, but at least whenever cold storage will come into your mind or in your daily routine life, at least you will be able to understand how it works, what are the things which are important in the cold storage, and how it, which are the options available in designing, and what parameters we normally consider, and what are the material are available in the cold storages. So, yeah, first of all, I would like to share the definition of the cold storage. What is exactly cold storage means? It is an enclosed insulated area where predefined temperature is maintained, which is suitable for products or items stored inside it. Yeah, mostly it is a completely insulated kind of environment where we can set the temperature according to our products or items or whatever the things which we would like to store inside it. So this is a completely controlled environment, and this is purely related to the temperature, and for some products it is related to RH also. So these cold storages are, or sometimes it's cold room also, and it is a big, it is a higher level. You can say it is a cold storage also. So it is a walk-in type where movement of person can be done to manage manage the items or stored inside it. So the person can walk inside the cold room and manage the inventories and dispatches and uh, the storage of material inside it. So it's basically we can design. It is a purely customized item. It is not a ready-made product. So we can design according to size, situation, requirement, the quantity of the material that we will see inside further, and we can design it plus 20 degrees centigrade to minus 40 degrees centigrade. We can design to achieve any temperature range between these two figures. Normally, if the temperature is positive, those cold rooms are called as chiller rooms, and if it is a negative temperature, then those rooms are called as a freezer room. So I will These are the couple of pictures I would like to show that you can have some idea what those who never seen the cold storage is from inside. These are one. These are the indoor units which we know. This kind of indoor units are hang inside the cold room. Now I will let you know the different segments for users of cold storage, where in which industry or which segment normally cold storages are important. Or you can think these are the couple of examples where pharmaceuticals nowadays pharmaceutical is in. So pharmaceutical, there couple of drugs or their samples are stored into the particular temperature. They have the studies. So in pharmaceutical industries, you can use this. Dairy segments, yeah, dairy products as well as ice cream also. You can cold storage are even in ice cream. There is no business without the cold storages because the ice cream is completely into -20 environment. Then FMCG, there are so many items which needs to be stored at particular temperature only, have the major shelf life of those products. Then ripening chambers, food processing, there are so many segments. Food like spices and so a couple of juices, etc. Those particular items need to be stored at particular temperature only. Then research R&D labs, research and development labs, you can say CRO business, where uh, this some samples are stored at -40, -20 according to their requirement. So these CRO businesses are also using cold room. Then cold chains. Then nowadays logistic. These particular cold chains are logistic is an emerging sector in the cold storages. There are many logistic companies now having the setup of cold chains. They are providing the facility with the particular preset temperature of the products to their clients. Agro industry, as we know, vegetables and fruits is to be stored in particular one environment to have the better shelf life of product. And hotels and restaurants, in many most of the five-star hotels are having the cold storage. Even let you know that each Domino's, each McDonald are using the cold storages. This kind of food chains are also using the these cold storages. And fisheries is one major segment where it is a very large scale segment for users of cold storage like ice cream. This fish, particular export business is purely on the cold storage, and horticulture is one of them. And this typical kind of layout of the cold storage is you can see this particular cold room having the insulated top panel environment. Then inside cold storage there will be an indoor unit called evaporator, and one condensing unit which will be connected to indoor unit evaporator unit via copper piping. And same like HVAC system, this system works. And there is a control panel where we can set our desired temperature and other parameters. One sensor in a temperature sensor inside the room which will continue to monitor. And this you can see this flow that these fans are throwing the chilled air, and that particular air will pull down the product, and that hot air will back at the suction end. The cycle of the machine inside the cold room. And there is a door, you can say, where people can walk in and walk out. Now what are the major components are involved in the cold storages? So those are the PUF panels. Specifically, each room has normally each room having the walls, four side walls and ceiling, and the floor panels, then doors and refrigeration units. Let me know this particular presentation is purely based on the freon kind of system, not in ammonia. So this presentation contains the design related to the freon systems, not the ammonia. So first we will see the PUF panels. What is a PUF panel? I hope everybody heard this name PUF panels in your day-to-day life. So it is a sandwich panel where puff puff means polyurethane foam which specific density is injected between two sheets. So there will be two sheets of GI or SS, and between those two sheets, puff will be injected with the pressure, okay, and it will be a panel. So there are different kind thicknesses are available for the puff panel, and these particular thicknesses are while designing we will select these thicknesses purely based on the temperature which needs to be maintained inside the cold storages. What temperature exactly we want to maintain, and according to that temperature we will select the thickness of the puff panel, what thickness we required. So as an average, this puff density is approximate 40 plus or minus 2 kg per meter cube. And these are what kind of thicknesses are available. There are the 60 mm, 80 mm, 100 mm, 120 mm, and 150 mm. These are the widely used thicknesses across the industry. And now, what exactly temperature? According to the temperature, as I said, according to temperature, we will select the thicknesses. So, if it is a plus, in fact, 0 or plus 1 degree and onwards, we will use 60 mm. And after that, 0 to minus 5, we can use 80 mm thickness, and minus 6 to minus 15, we recommend 100 mm thickness panel. Then minus 16 to minus 24, we will recommend 120 mm. There are many cases where people are using 100 mm also for minus 20. Yes, definitely it will work, but as you know that this thicknesses will increase, it will reduce the machine capacity also. That we will see how this particular thickness plays a role inside the heat load calculation. So 120 mm we can use it for minus 16 to up to minus 24 degrees centigrade. And after that 150 mm minus 25 and to minus 40 degree we will recommend for 150 mm. What happen if we do not select the right thickness? Yes, if it is a higher side, there is no issue. If it is a lower side, then recommended thickness, that we will get the sweating outside the puff panel due to the temperature difference. So this particular thickness plays the major role in cold storage. So now let us see puff panel laminations. So what kind of laminations are available in a puff panel? There are two kind of laminations are majorly available in the industry. Those are PPGI or PCGI. PPGI means the pre-painted GI sheet, or PCGI you can say powder coated. And another is a SS, stainless steel. So these two particular laminations are available in the industry for this puff panel. So there will be three kind of combinations for the puff panel. One is the inside powder coated, outside powder coated. Second is the inside SS and outside SS. And third one is the inside SS and outside the powder coated. So depending upon the segments, these laminations are being used, especially for, we can say, where major SS are used is food industry, pharma industry. These are the, especially some major brands are not recommending the powder coated just because of the rust, and some TRO business where rust is a major component, where product which is stored inside the cold storage is it will have some uh, disturbance due to the corrosion inside the cold room. Then those customers will prefer SS only. And what are puff panel types? There are major two kind of puff panels are available inside in the industry. One is a cam lock joint and one is a continuous type. So cam lock joints, as you can see in the picture, two panels are being joined with the cam locks. So you can see in the picture, these particular cam locks are available in male-female kind of arrangements, and when and both panels will be fitted and joint will be by cam lock, and you can join this kind of joints. You can see this particular picture, and both the panels are joined with the cam lock. And the second is a continuous type. So in this continuous type, this kind of arrangement will be there, tongue and groove kind of. Both the panels will be fitted like this, and this kind of arrangement will be there, and this will be pulled. So depending on the application as well as the quantity, both are being used in the industry. In small kind of room where the size of the room are small, camlock camlock joint kind of panels are more into the picture. Wherein there's a big project, yes, continuous type are the beneficial. Now we will see the floor panels are completed. Now we'll see what are the floor types, what floors are available in the cold storage, which kind of floor will customer prefer according to their requirement. Like that we will see. So one is a GI type, where a GI sheet will be inside at the bottom of the floor, where people or which is visible inside the cold room. So that particular GI type floor is basically containing the one GI sheet. Then there will be an insulation according to the thickness, whichever we want. Then after that the GI sheet. Yeah. So and after that aluminum checkered is there. So this kind of this particular aluminum checkered is more into the pharma industry. And this particular aluminum checkered plate kind of flooring contains the PPGI sheet. One GI sheet will be there, and over that there will be an insulation. Above that there will be a marine ply, and over that aluminum checkered will be there. So inside the cold room, if we walk in this kind of room, we will find the aluminum checkered plate over the flooring. And the third one is a PPGI plus puff insulation plus SS. There are many customers where as I said, rusting is not advisable for the product. So those kind of customers prefer SS kind of flooring also. And last one is a major, widely used is a civil floor, where it's like a normal flooring inside which normally we use inside our normal rooms. So that is a puff slab. In this case, over the floor, we will go for a puff slab, layer of a puff slab, and above that, tarp will be there to avoid the condensation inside the room. And over that, whatever the civil kind of floor which we want, the quota, PCC, RCC, according to the requirement, we can do that. And this particular depends upon the application. If it is a very load in product is in very high quantity, or load is high, definitely civil floor is advisable, where hygiene is very much must kind of thing. Then civil floor is advisable, especially in hotels, where you can clean the room, you can wash the room like we do in the normal cases. And there are many customers who normally go for a puff panel also inside the floor, and over that they, instead of puff slab, they use the direct puff panels, like powder coated puff panels, and over that they go for a civil flooring. So now let us go for a door. What kind of doors are available? One is a swing type, this type door, and the second is a sliding, where we will use the see, normally when there is not any trolley movement or weight is enough for the material movement, okay, the only manual movement is there, then definitely swing type is recommended. And yes, but if it is a trolley movement or any forklift movement, then definitely sliding type is preferable. And mostly in the swing type, the if it is a loading time is very high, then we will recommend for the sliding type, because in swing type door, the door will be closed after some time. If you do not hold the door, then it will be closed automatically with the weight. Whereas in sliding, yeah, you can put the door and keep it open as much as you want without any. There are many companies are providing the manual sliding as well as the motorized sliding also, where the door, this particular opening is very high, or you can say area, this clear opening required is very high. Then many companies are going with the motorized door also. Now we will see the major components which are complete room now. We have completed the what are the important things in the room, per panel room. That now after this installation of per panel, now how we will select the machines inside the room, how which are the parameters we need to check, and what information we require to design refrigeration system, maintain the temperature or to achieve the temperature inside the cold room. So for that, as we do in the HVAC industry, in each HVAC designing, we go for a heat load. Similar kind of way here also applicable. We go for a heat load calculation for the each design, and this is completely customized item. So mostly in each case, we have to have the heat load, the requirement, size of the requirement. So these four parameters we need normally considered in the heat load. One is the per panel data, then second is the product data, the third one is the infiltration load, and the fourth one is the miscellaneous kind of data that we will see the detail now. The first is a per panel data. See, this per panel data, what exactly details we require? This is the size of the room, what size we are looking for the storage. Second is the per panel thickness and area, and the third one is the temperature outside the cold storage. Have this these details are required for the per panel data. Then second details required is the product data. Uh, First is a product to be stored inside. What exactly product we want to keep inside the cold room? What temperature we want to maintain? Then what quantity exactly we are looking for? What quantity, product and quantity? Then fresh load. See, after the storage, first time storage, initial stage, cold room will be empty. Then after that, some material will be kept inside. It is not like that each and every material will be fresh kind of load. Suppose there is a 100 ton inside the cold storage. Out of 100, 80% will be the that particular products will not move for next week time, or you can say according to requirement. So we consider the fresh load also, because this the temperature, the product which is already chilled will not play the role, will not be a additional burden for the refrigeration system. So in this case, this particular fresh load we consider the, which is a daily basis we consider the fresh load. Suppose out of 100 ton first storage, there is only 10% movement, the fresh load. Then we will consider only 10%. The refrigeration unit will be designed on this particular fresh load. So next is the incoming product temperature. What exactly down we required? Suppose temperature is coming inside the cold room as 25 degree, and we are looking for the 2 degree product temperature. So it means that from 25 degree to 2 degree, 23-degree temperature we need to reduce. So that parameter is also important. And after that, cool down time. The gap between the incoming product temperature and the desired temperature inside the room, as much as if you reduce it, then as much as it is low, that heat load will be less. Then cool down time, in how many hours or how many days we need to have our product temperature. In many cases, the product temperature is not product is not that much critical, sensitive for the temperature. In many cases, the products are just have the higher shelf life. Just like if we say spices or dry fruit, or you can say vegetables. If there is a normal case where can be stored into the normal ambient temperature also, but these particular products, if those products are going to stored at the cold room, they have a higher shelf life. So cool down time matters in some cases where pharma, their application, you can say some critical products. This cool down time matters, or you can say blast kind of application. Yeah, cool down will be in couple of hours only, 5 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. Where in the normal cases we considered as a 24 hours. Filtration data, where you can say infiltration means the during the operation of the cold storage, definitely outside ambient temperature will affect to the set temperature. So those particular code also needs to be calculated in this. See, one is the ambient RH, because if it is a humid kind of application or a humid environment is there, that location also matters. So ambient RH will affect this case. And door size, door opening. If it is a opening of the clear opening of the door will be higher side. Definitely infiltration will be at higher side. So after that, temperature outside the cold room. See, if it is suppose we are maintaining temperature is -20 degree inside the, and the outside temperature is about 40 degree. Assume. So difference between this -20 and 40 is very high. So this 40-degree ambient will definitely, whenever the door opening will be there, yeah, you can restrict 100%. So this 40-degree that will be additional load for the efficiency. Outside temperature also matters. Then frequency of door opening, how operation will be there, how frequently door will be opened, because that is also needs consideration while calculation of heat load. So that also we check the frequency of the door opening. Then product loading time. Sometimes there are many cases where the frequency of door opening is not high, but yeah, product loading time is very high, where big, especially big cold stores. That loading time also matters. So after that, last one is a miscellaneous data, like you can say indoor the fan inside the which are in the indoor unit. Each and every fan, because heat will be generated when these fans will be running continuously 24 by 7. So definitely there will be some heat will be generated. That heat also needs to be considered while heat load calculation. Then defrost heater in negative temperature, because moisture will be there. So to avoid the moisture inside the, because that particular temperature is -20, whenever there will be a moisture inside the cold room, that moisture will stuck onto the coil, because coil temperature will be definitely below the room temperature. So generally in freezer room there will be ice formation on the coil, indoor unit coil. So those coils needs to be cleaned regularly on frequent on specific interval, every 6 hours or every 4 hours, depending upon the operation. So in such indoor units, defrost heaters are available. Those defrost heaters also needs to be considered uh, heat load, because average 24 hours, if you consider the 6 time set the frequency at every 6 hours, there will be a defrost. Then those heater will come into the picture, and fan will not run, but instead of fan, heater will be on. So those defrost heater will come in. Then lights inside the coach, there will be some minor uh, uh, heat will be there. That also needs to be considered. So after this, containing all, after having all the details, we go for a that I will show how it. can see the heat code. I will one sample that the room dimensions are mentioned. Then what are the ambient temperature we considered? There is a lowest ambient temperature. There is a specific required temperature. Wall data, thickness we have selected, and what are the ambient outside the temperature of outside the cold storage is according to the area. Load will be calculated, and these are the product data as I said. What exact product required, pull down time and loading times, and entering temperature product incoming temperature, the what product will be there inside the room, then inventory as well as fresh load. And this is the infiltration data where ambient RH, then door width, height, what are the outside temperature, and RH, then per hour door opening in each opening, for how much time door will be open. One is a strip curtain, avoid the infiltration. To reduce infiltration, you can go for strip curtains also at the door entry. Then there's miscellaneous data for the motor, light, and the people are moving inside the code. That is also additional code the machine. So at the end, after this calculation, this will arrive with a one particular load or the capacity. Like in AC, we go for a tonnage. Here, in refrigeration, normally BT per hour, or some companies are working with the kilowatt. Some customers are comfortable with the HP. Some are with the ton. So, and this is the runtime. Assuming that out of 24 hours, a machine will run for the 18 hours, and balance 6 hours, there will be a rest time for the compressor, not for the indoor unit, because indoor unit will be continuously on 24/7 to maintain the uniform temperature inside the. So now refrigeration units, these are the some sample pictures of the refrigeration units. Kind of indoor units and this kind of condensing unit. These are just sample. Uh, so in refrigeration units, condensing unit selection, normally we go for a capacity of unit. What exactly according to the heat load, we will select the capacity of unit, the ambient temperature and the evaporation temperature. And depending upon the application, we select the compressor type, which kind of compressor suitable for some for application. Then refrigerant, where in many cases where some customers are, some industries are very much specific about the specific kind of refrigeration only. So we need to that also, because according to the refrigerant, just temperature, this capacity will be vary of the unit. So why compressor type is important? Because where suppose there is a blast kind of application, normal basic compressor will not work, or you can say scroll it will not work much. This kind of specific application, you can go for a semi-hermetic only. So according to the application also, we select the compressor. Then condensing unit selection, there are different kind of refrigeration units are available in the market with compressor type as hermetic, reciprocal, scroll, and in semi-hermetic there are more varieties of water cooled as well as air cooled. In many cases where customer is already having the setup of chilled water, then you can go for a air water kind of system also instead of air cooled. Because definitely water cooled is a more efficient compared to. Then next is the refrigeration unit, evaporator unit selection. What are the parameters we normally look for the evaporator unit selection? Uh, the delta between the evaporation temperature and room temperature. So normally we select 5 to 6 degree delta while evaporator selection. If it is a specific application is there, depending on the application also, we go for a delta selection. So that delta is matters in the evaporator selection. The capacity delivered at operating temperature. According to the evaporating temperature, this capacity of indicated will vary. So we will select the capacity at particular required evaporating temperature. Then airflow of the fan. Why airflow is necessary? Because there are many cases where suppose there is a square size of the room, but unit is already placed on one wall, but airflow is not enough. There will be a hot pocket area and uniform temperature will be maintained inside the cold room. We need to look for the how that throw is that unit is able to throw the air up to what length. So that details are already available in the data sheet. Every uh, evaporator unit, we need to look that also. And after that, airflow of the unit, air exchanges you can say, where specifically for the large areas. In small areas, definitely it will not matter, but in where it is a big storage, large warehouse, or then definitely this airflow will matter. And after that, if there are a product is asking for the RH kind of specification, where there are many products where RH is also a parameter along with the temperature to be maintained inside the product. So that RH also we need to check while the selection. So this is done from my side for this. If any query or something there, you can ask.
Thank you so much, Kiran sir, for this wonderful webinar. There are a couple of questions in the webinar. I will.
Yeah,
First
please.
question is whether in PPGI or SS laminated, do they have any grades or thickness of sheet of lamination?
Yeah, in PPGI, you can say there are many vendors are see depending on the application also. The majorly available is a 0.4, 0.45. Some vendors are going 0.5 also, and some industries asking for 0.7 also, depending upon the requirement. Because see, dairy industry is that they will normally go for a not less than 0.5. So depend some this yeah options are there for the sheet thickness.
Okay, thank you, sir. Another one is, can we achieve plus 18 degree with conventional HVAC units?
It is very much difficult to have the plus 18 degree with the conventional HVAC units, because if you see the normally HVAC units are designed or efficient up to plus 20. After that, it is difficult to achieve the plus 18. In this case, the system capacity will that design that tonnage will be at very higher side, as well as the another side is the power consumption running of the machine. That will be a difficult. Yeah, it is a we need to increase the tonnage as well as the and it will lead to a higher power consumption. In this compared to HVAC, in refrigeration units, you can easily achieve the plus 18 degree with the less power consumption and a less cost. So it is advisable for a plus 18 that if it is a storage kind of application, uh, specifically these refrigeration units are for the you can say for the storage or product, not for human comfort.
Yes.
Yeah.
Another one is, which software we should use for calculating heat load for cold room?
See, there are so many. There are many companies are offering the heat load calculators, but as I can suggest, you can go for a Google, and one is a Heatcraft. You can go for a Heatcraft is a well-known brand across the world. So there are many softwares are available, but you can go for a heat craft.
Okay, sir. Another one is how to control the humidity inside the storage if the product demands very low percent of humidity.
See, this case that matters if it is a 50-60 degree, 50-60% RH. Yeah, that is possible with the evaporator design. But if it is a below 60 or 55, definitely it will be a difficult to maintain that RH. We need to, according to RH, we can have the design of the evaporator. By selection of the evaporator, we can define that. Yeah, but if it is a below 55 or 60, it is recommended that for a dehumidifier, sir.
Okay,
Not with the not with the evaporator units. Yeah, above that, definitely we can maintain.
okay. Another question from Mr. Gaurang sir. Continuous type of panel are used for large cold storage, Camlock type. Why? And vice versa.
See, continuous type of panels are definitely there is a commercial effect in this, and because in continuous type of panels is cheaper in the large cold storage. That's the only reason, because in large cold storage the quantity of puff panels is very high, and the small camlock panel is definitely a costly one compared to continuous. So that is the only reason. Otherwise, technically, and another thing is that in continuous labor, this installation will be a easy one compared to camlock.
Okay,
A commercial point of view, it is continuous type will be the cheaper in the large.
okay, sir. Uh, Another question is, can you provide some information about the eutectic?
Eutectic, actually, that eutectic kind of theory is not available in the storage right now. Yeah, eutectic is normally this particular theory is not. I have, as per my knowledge, it is. I haven't found the cold storage currently.
Same question was from same eutectic plate, which is the new technology that is adopted. How can it help in energy efficiency? Why aren't companies shifting to that technology?
See, again, eutectic plates is a new technology that is adopted but not widely adopted right now. Yeah, it can be energy efficient, but yeah, we need to check the cost also. That is the only parameter I can find right now for the eutectic. Because each and every industry is accepting this technologies depending upon the benefits also. And it is not easy to put the entire market into the right from old regular practice to a new one.
Right, sir. Another question is, what is normal value of RS maintained in cold storage?
See, normally it is maintained 70 to 80% RH will be maintained in regular temperature. That purely depends upon the temperature also. What is the temperature inside the cold storage we are maintaining? So in if it is you can say 22 to 8 degree, where normal application is there, and you can say 70, 75 will be maintained.
Right. Another question is, if the product has affinity to absorb moisture, then how to avoid it?
The product has absorb moisture.
Then how to avoid it?
Product
If the product has affinity to absorb moisture, then how to avoid it?
I need to check, frankly speaking. I will answer this question not right now.
It's it's over, sir.
Okay. Then anything, see, this is I know this is a very short time for this kind of presentation on this particular topic, because I just wanted to have some introduction regarding this particular course is where the norm compared to other layman utilists, you can have a better idea whenever there is a discussion going on for the cold storage. At least now you will be able to have some little bit higher knowledge compared to others with this presentation.
Sir,
We
another
can
one
go for
question is from Mr. Gaurang sir. Do you have ready-made table which shows product-wise cold storage temperature requirement?
Depends. See, if we go for a depends because across the industry there is a what products exactly you are looking for. Yeah, if you are looking for the vegetables and fruits, definitely there is a table available. But for there are many industries are there where you can't have a complete entire industry-wise list. Yeah, but vegetables and fruits we can have that. It is easily available for the Google. Yeah, but otherwise for the rest of the pharma industry or some other industries, it is very much difficult. That needs to be defined by the customer itself. What exactly is the best suitable temperature for them? Yeah, but for vegetable and fruits, you can easily have the Google. Yeah, we can also provide that.
Okay, sir. Another one is when
Sir,
is
I would like to add it. In the ISHRE Refrigeration Handbook and ASHRE Refrigeration Handbook, there's a table available for the at what temperature, at what product temperature required. It is a standard table is available in the Refrigeration Handbook of the ISHRE and ASHRE.
yes, sir. Another question is when is ammonia-based cold room used?
See, ammonia is basically where the large scale storage is required. If suppose you want to store a 500 ton, then yeah, definitely ammonia storage will ammonia kind of refrigeration system will not be a good solution because the ammonia basically is more beneficial into the large kind of storage because for ammonia you need to have the cooling tower as well as the continuous use of the water. And one more thing is ammonia is hazardous, why you need to be a safe place also. So ammonia is more beneficial into the large storage where quantity is in a huge at a very higher side.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. It's over. And I will request everyone to like our YouTube page and subscribe for more details. And we are also on Facebook, IIC 1 Degree Challenge and IIC Ahmedabad chapter. Please like the page and get more updates. I will request Harshal sir to give vote of thanks. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Kiran sir, for a wonderful session. It was really nice session, and thank you all the participants for the taking part in this session. It will encourage us to do all this type of webinars. And those who are not a member of ISHRE, please be a part of the ISHRE, and so that you can get regular update about this type of sessions. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir.
And I also like to thank ISHRE Ahmedabad chapter to give me opportunity to have this presentation via this particular platform, and it is really a memorable experience for me. Thank you so much. And although if somebody wants to reach me, can reach me. Particular contact details may be possible in future also if any assistance required. I would like to share my contact details.
Thank you, sir.
You can reach me over these contact details. Any query or something, you can reach me.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir. Kiran sir.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Rajendra, can you close the meeting?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.